Okay, today we ride down to Horseshoe Inn in Onoville, get us some lunch, and we ride around some unfunded secondary trails of Elibomwons, which are better than some corridor trails, funded trails, and then we come on back home. So basically here we're at intersection Cat 11 C2F C2. We're on C2 headed towards Elibomwons. This trail was groomed up like the night before, so it was in pretty good shape. I'm basically just riding on some improved logging trails. Trail's a pretty nice trail in through here, as long as it's groomed up nice. If it's not, it's pretty bumpy, obviously. Here we're working down to Somerville Valley Road. You gotta get on a road to cross the Great Valley Creek. And then this is fast forwarded over to it. Snowbounders Trails up behind Ellicottville School, Holiday Valley area. It's McCarthy State Forest roads here, and they groom them up. So it's a pretty nice trail because it's kind of a seasonal highway. It's not plowed. Here they had to do rescue. Some car went down in there with a baby, and the sheriff had to come rescue them out of there. And they had to come tow them out, and they plowed it all out. I guess they charged the guy $1,000 to tow him out of there. And wait till when we come back, so you'll see what. There's a couple sleds. First two sleds we're passing. We're almost to Elkdale, Route 353 in Little Valley. We won't pass many sleds again today. Here's Elkdale Country Club. They hate snowmobilers, but somehow they keep giving snowmobilers chances to go across their property. Here we're crossing 353 between Salamanca and Little Valley, and we're going to get on the Pat McGee Trail, which I believe would be Cattaraugus Junction, Cattaraugus 10. And we're on C2 now. We're going to turn on to C2A and head that towards Little Valley. If you turn left here, that would take you to Salamanca and the State Park and onwards in that direction. The railroad bridge. That's what this is rails and trails. And then here we're turning on to S33. This is going to head us up over the hill towards Randolph. This is more state land, logging roads or access roads or whatever. They're pretty nice roads. There's 4 sleds. This used to be a pretty rugged trail, on one track, but they've snowbounders really did some work here. Well, I think the state did some work to take logs out of it and widen the road out that was just basically a skidding trail before. Here we're coming down the hill across Route 242 outside of Little Valley, between Little Valley and Napoli. And this will take us up over the hill to Case's Junkyard intersection, which the trail is closed there. That would take you back into Little Valley, but that trail is closed because of pipes. And right here would be that junction, right? Basically, you keep going straight down the road. And we turned on to C3 on Junction Cat 54. this wasn't groomed too good. It's pretty bumpy, but we're doing pretty good going through here. And then once you get out into this opening, this changes over to Elibomwons, or however you say that. It's basically snowmobile spelled backwards. And these guys do a super job. I don't know if they just do a great job or if they don't have traffic or what, but the trails are always awesome over here. Here's a unmarked junction on the map. I think it's Cat 36, basically C3, and I don't know what the other route is, but we take C3 towards Randolph. The other way would take you basically towards Shimmick Bridge and Leon and that direction. Here is another intersection. I believe this is Cat 3. We're still on C3. That's the old intersection there. I think this is Cat 8 intersection. We're at C3 still. There's 6, 7 sleds. Now we're coming into Randolph. This is like a swampy area. Tends to flood in here. This gets shut down. And here's this would be Cat intersection C4, C3 and C1. We're on C1 now. C3 would take you around through Randolph and basically over to Steenberg and whatnot. And I think we just passed Cat intersection or junction Cat 22 and we're on S11. We're gonna roll in here and get some gas at I don't know what this is. It's like the gas station next to the R&M restaurant. Kind of a truck stop kind of deal. Okay, of course, there's our pump. All this blacktop got across. We got over there without too much trouble. Snuck around out back on some snow and we're out of there. And then this is how you basically get across I-86. You cross under it here at Randolph. This is, I believe, S11, and we'll run S11 all the way to the Horseshoe. I don't know if we'll pass it, but here's the unfunded trail to Kennedy. Yep, right there's a turnoff. Yeah, well, I guess I'm wrong. I think we're on C. I don't know where the hell we're at. Look at the map. It's not that hard to figure out. But yeah, I think we were on C1, and that last junction would have been a Cattaraugus 22, and now we're on S11. I think I jumped the intersection there. And this pipe fence, this is like way out. I think it's way out in the woods, at least it seems like it is. I don't know who built this, but it's relatively new, I think. It's made out of like 6 and 8 inch steel pipe. Pretty nice. And then this is super improved. This used to be a one track bumping through the woods, never been grooved and ever. And now these guys got some big equipment and doing a super job. This is Pierce Run Road. You basically run this road all the way down to the Horseshoe. But we're going to turn off here on some of these unfunded club trails, I guess you call them, of Elibomwons, and they're just as good as the funded trails, if not better. Okay, this is those unfunded trails, which is basically state land, logging roads, and some power lines. But they're nice trails. Get up here, I think up in here, there's a huge ridge. You can see forever off there. I don't have my camera mounted the right way, it's just mounted on the trail, but here's a junction. We're trying to figure out where we're at, which way to go. There's a map and nice signs on each corner tell you which direction to go. This is like a clover leaf of little trails up there. I think this is what they call Pineapple Junction. Just cruising around each corner to read the signs. We'll head down the road here. That'll take us back to Pierce Run and on down to the Horseshoe. Here's Pierce Run. Somewhere down in here, I come across what I thought was a burn spot where it's right here. This is just mud blowed up in the weeds, blowed up on the road. Some asshole went off the trail here and got stuck in a ditch. This is belly full of beer sloshed, and he went off in a ditch. Here we are pulling into the Horseshoe. Time for lunch. I think we got here like 12:30, so we kind of beat the first round of sleds in here. There's quite a few machines. I don't know if we get a view of them when we roll around here again or not. Well, this is really cool inside. They got it decorated pretty cool, I think. If you're a guy, I guess you'd really think it's cool. But they got guns and deer heads and cool pictures and all kind of neat stuff. Bears, deers, turkeys. There's a whole bunch of more turkeys. There's a huge turkey just got out the door here in front of me. Upholstery guy. There's your little pavilion. There's a batch of machines here. How about this guy with the red, white, and blue machine? That's kind of cool. Not for me, but it's kind of cool. Here we are heading out. Got to scratch back up the road. That's the worst part about coming down here is that damn road riding. But it's a pretty unused road, or so it's usually pretty decent. They actually groom the sides with the groomer now, so that's actually halfway decent. here we're turning off to go on some of these unfunded trails. This is going to take us basically back into some of them cloverleaf trails, so we'll ride the rest of those, and then it'll eventually take us into Steenberg, past the hideaway. Here we're back at the junction again. And now we're headed down towards Steenberg. But this is still unfunded club trail here. This is not a corridor trail. Okay, that's the junction. I'll take it back into Randolph or to Steenberg. We're headed towards Steenberg. It's a nice old barn there. I think it's a new barn, but nice red barn. Okay, here's another intersection. This is, I believe, I don't know what it is, but we were just there. That's the intersection that we would have took to head to Randolph. And now we're backtracking. There's 4 more sleds. I don't remember what the count was. I think it was 7. That gives us 11. Into the woods. Alright, there was the intersection that Randolph or take you over towards Shimmick Bridge. That's where you'd want to go to Cherry Creek, is towards the Shimmick Bridge. At least that's the way we would go. There's another machine. 12. Back on snowbounders, hoping they had groomed, but they didn't. Here we're back on Pat McGeegan Trail, hoping that they'd groom down here, but they didn't. So this was rough all the way back to the Franklinville trails up behind the school, but that's snowmobiling. You get good trail and bad trail. Then we got this guy here. I don't know if you saw him, but Just sitting in the middle of the trail. Helmets off, blocking the whole damn deal. Right in the middle of the intersection. Here we are crossing Route 353, heading back into the Elkdale Country Club. Like I mentioned before, Elkdale Country Club, they just hate snowmobilers. Because they get on there and start doing stupid shit and riding where they shouldn't be, but somehow they always get a second chance. Because there's really no way around through them. You got to go through them, so they kind of just give in and let the sleds go. But there's always some jackass that gets somebody in trouble. So we're headed home. I don't know, it's probably 3:30. Going on 4. Got to get off the trails before dark, because that's when the crazy guys come out. So here we are working back into the state forest roads. When this is groomed, this is really, really good. You can really cook through here. And sometimes it's real easy to go too fast because it's too nice. Here we got a couple guys going too fast. Look at these assholes. Hand signaling that don't make any sense. I don't know. I didn't count the sleds. That was what? 6 or 7. That'd be 18, 19, and one cross-country skier. So 19. We'll call it 20. We might have missed one in there. Okay, now we're coming up here. Now look real careful. You'll see right there, there's some signs. Road closed signs. But down the road here, look what we find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Jeeps. One of them stuck. Rumor has it they had them all stuck before they were done. But they must have moved the road closed sign to get around there. That was the same place that they had to go rescue the husband and baby and wife from the night before. Turn off to take it back down to the Elibomwons school. This is a huge improvement. When we first started coming through here, it was a ice chute. You went through some pines and you turned and went straight up the hill. And it was like a little ditch going up the hill. It was a terrible trail. Here's 219 by the Elibomwons school. Here we're back on C2F headed back into Franklinville. This is some of the footage we forgot to take. We started at that spot when we started filming. Here we're coming into town, coming past the Franklinville Conservation Club. They're looking for snowmobilers to come in there and get warm and drink some beers and eat some food. And here's the Ontario Knife Company. This is a real choke point here. Got to go slow through here. They don't like snowmobilers either. Want to throw them off, but so don't act like a jerk going through there. And here you're behind the school in Franklinville. And we're going to roll in here and fill up so we're ready to go next time at Rich's gas station here. It's right on the trail. Well, I guess we're not going to get gas. We're just going to go to the country club and call her quits. Which that's probably enough for a day. We'll probably, I think it's 133 miles round trip down there and back. There's one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean, what was that, 4, 5? 25. 7 Jeeps, cross-country skier, and a snowshoer. And here we are back at the country club. Can't count them sleds, they're not on it moving.